Er, Good evening. Is there anybody there? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm live. Is anybody else here? Good evening, folks. Let's go on here, see what happens here. It just says live stream chat for some reason. I don't know why that's doing that. I'm here. Anybody else here? Good evening, Caroline. Hello, how are you? Good afternoon from America. Look at this. First one in American. Hey. Hello, Lynn. Are we? I've got one that's come up here that says live chat only. It doesn't say that I'm actually live on that one. Hello, Elaine. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So I don't know this. I think. Hi, Michael. I think this happened last time as well. Hang on a minute. Bear with. Bear with. I'm just sending them a. I've just sent them a message. So I don't know whether they're going to come over to it. Bear with, bear with. It's actually telling me I can't go live on this one. So let's see if that works, if anybody comes over. Fiona Hammond, hello, good evening. Andrew Murphy, hello. Who have I missed? I've been over telling everybody they're on the wrong bit. Hopefully they'll all switch over in a minute. If not, they'll just be chatting to themselves all night. I hope everybody's had a good Christmas. Mine's been a little bit curtailed because my son had COVID, which was a shame, but he's better now. So everything's fine. But I hope everybody else is staying well. I know Ian McCagan is not well. He's got labyrinthitis. And I think I saw Cynthia on there just now, and I know Cynthia's not well at the moment. So, yeah. Bernie, I don't know what happened there. All it came up was saying that it was just a live stream chat, but it wouldn't let me go live. So I've had to start this completely from new. And I think this happened the last live I had. I think Lynn and Cynthia was chatting to themselves, and I was somewhere else. Anna, hi, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. The weather has been absolutely appalling today. Andrew, hello, Andrew. Nice to see you. Hello, Michael. It's been appalling. Chucking it down with rain all day. My son and I actually got soaked earlier on. My son asked me if I could drive, if he could drive my car, which I said yes, because he's moving to a house in Fernhurst in about a week's time. And as he reversed onto the driveway of the other house, he caught a low-level wall and burst one of my tyres, a brand new tyre. I actually do have. It's only been on the car a week and a half. So I'm now going to be going out to get another one, hopefully tomorrow, at 135 quid. But obviously my son won't let me pay that. Let's have a look, see what people are saying here. Weather yesterday, terrible. Yorkshire and Hampshire was horrendous along the M1. Oh, the M1's a horrible place to be driving, Andrew, when you've got this, the spray and everything else, and the heavy rain. It's awful. Hello, Philip. Lovely to see you. I've driven on the M1 many, many times, and it's absolutely terrible. Hate it. But as everybody knows, I'm sitting in for Bernie tonight and letting Bernie put his feet up and take the lid off of the top of one of those bottles that he likes and have a little sip. I've got one here. Let me just show you this. Little drop of rosé, which is my tipple. So I'm not an expert on trains or buses or planes. Planes, I won't get on one because they tend to do that sometimes, and I don't want to be on one. What's Bernie's channel called? That is the Station Master's Choice, and it's called the Village Hall, it's a coming together of all us like-minded people. We are a bunch of people that love our country, our countryside, its heritage, its history, and what's this? Cynthia's got a glass of rosé as well. No doubt, Steve. I saw Steve pop in there just now. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. And I know Steve will have a drink by. So, hello, Rose. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. It's amazing, you know, with something like this. You just come on, you try and do something a little bit different, and you know, it's great that people decide to come and join us, which is great. Just to have a little bit of a chit chat. Just a reminder on the side where it's the chat, make sure you're at the top. If you've got top chat on, take that off, just click on it and it'll open up live chat or top chat. Click on live chat, that's what you need. So make sure you get that one highlighted. Sorry to say that I had some very sad news on Christmas Day. I was informed that my sister had died suddenly. Oh no, Elaine. I am so sorry to hear that. That really put a dampener on things for you at Christmas time. That someone passing away is never good at any time, but at Christmas time, it's very sad. Who else is popping in? Hello, Ron. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. It was something, you know, YouTube and all this sort of stuff is all very new to me. With doing these live chats, I may have done something wrong at all. Hello, John. Nice to see you. And I think Andy Dalgleish. Hello, nice to see you as well. Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that, Elaine. Thoughts go out to you. Excuse me, to you and your family at this time. It's no, not nice. No, very sad times. It's you know, at a time like this, all you can say is that we're sorry to hear it, and on behalf of everybody. Excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cough come on today, and I'm just hoping it's not the old dreaded, the big C thing, you know, the thing that causes problems amongst people. Yes, Elaine, I'm sure you are, but it's very kind of you to join us when you are feeling very sad. Hopefully that by with us tonight, that having a little bit of a chat amongst some old chums and friends, that it'll help. They'll make you feel a little bit better anyway. And the other thing I need to mention as well, while we've got so many people here, is on January the 22nd, at Balcombe, where the walk is going to start. I've booked the meal. That's already booked. I've sent an email to the pub, and I've had an email back. And about a week, Cynthia's there because I did copy Cynthia on the email. That I think they said they're going to send a menu through about a week before the meal, so that we can make our choices for meals. Thank you to everybody that's paid your deposits. I will deal with a couple that have asked me to do so. Yeah, thanks for confirming that, Cynthia. Yeah, and so hopefully, you know, we just got to keep our fingers crossed that the weather's going to be okay. If we can't do the walk, we'll still have the get together, the meal, and the chat. How many are going, Lynn? I think 19 at the moment. There may be a couple more. Mark English, we've got to find out about, and Kim Burden. So I did let them know about change of venue, etc. And we've got to try and chase them up because they did say they were going to be coming along. Rob Croce has just joined in. Hello, Robert. Have I missed somebody called Jason King? Who, Jason King? I don't know. If I have missed someone called Jason, I am very, very sorry. Yeah, so that's that about the walk and the meal. Cynthia, Steve, and I are going to have what we call an admin meeting fairly soon, so that we can get some Kevin's Rambles walks sorted out. And there are going to be more walks up this way. So if anybody can make them, that would be great. Because we've been spending most of the time sort of more easterly, in a more easterly direction. There are several walks up this way that Steve and Cynthia and I can organise. It's just some of the walks where we would go, particularly this time of year, from Midhurst, where we take in part of the Rother Walk. That is very, very wet and muddy. So that's not, you know, that wouldn't be great for anybody. Dave Ford, hello, Dave. What's that? I was in Midhurst on Christmas Day, not far from you, less than half a mile, I reckon, at a house on the Chichester Road, close to the Royal Oak. Yes, you were not far away from me at all. So you must have been between my road and the Royal Oak. So you were just on the incline going out of Midhurst, I would guess, on the right hand side probably, unless you're at the big house on the left, just as you go around the corner, the old Chichester Road. The haunted Royal Oak. Yes, I think it is. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Anna. That's very kind of you. Yes, that was a very much a spur of the moment thing to go out just to do that. As I said in the video, people have been very happy to know that they weren't going to see much of me. It's just going to be me with the audio, because it was so dark in places. But thankfully there were a couple of street lights. I would have loved to have been able to have done the whole walk, Anna, but to be honest, I wasn't going to pay 20 quid to walk round there. And a lot of people do attend these things. I did one in Chatsworth House last year with my cousin Sue. And with, you know, Chatsworth House, everything's very expensive for Chatsworth House around Christmas time. They have a lovely Christmas market up there if no one's ever been. And I paid £14 a ticket. We hadn't planned to go. But I have to say, it was superb. They've got a lovely fountain in the garden there, and the lighting through the fountain and through the trees was absolutely stunning. And it took you through part of the garden of Chatsworth House. And over at Caldry, they've got a set route through a little bit of woodland and around the ruins, and they're charging 20 quid. There's a little bit of a fun fair there. You have to pay £8 for parking. You know, a lot of people have said that the lights were fantastic. But I don't know, 20 quid compared to 14 quid at Chatsworth House. I know where I'd rather go, and I live right on the doorsteps of one of them. Cowdrey Ruins, Michael. Yes, it does. Yeah, the way they've got it lit up this year, it does. Yeah, I know what you mean. But last year on the ruins itself, it told a story. There was a theme to it. This year it's not. It's just lit up with these lights. So last year, I did go over and have a look at that, and what they did there was very, very clever and very good. So it was worth a little bit of a look round, or just at the front of it. But I'm not going to pay 20 quid to go and walk around something that I can walk around for nothing, just for a few lights. But perhaps it's me getting older and being a bit of a skinflint. Cynthia's always telling me I've got to be careful how I spend my money. Yeah, I've had to sort of rein the things in. What am I missing? There's a lot of chat going on, and I keep trying to glance at it. Cynthia's coming. You are being a humbug. Yeah, but humbugs are nice, aren't they? You get a nice humbug. What are those ones that they used to, those funny shaped things when we were kids? Those of us of a certain age will remember the humbugs you used to get in a jar. They had the funny sort of points to it. Perhaps that was just me again. I don't know. But we need to, as I say, walks. Yeah, we definitely need to sort some out. And as I've said before, if anybody's got any suggestions, keep them to yourself. No, please let me know. Tracy, hello Tracy. I missed you popping up. Just yeah, there she is, up the top there. Chatsworth is Rose, isn't it? Rose, not far from you. Whereabouts are you? I love the Peak District. I've got relatives in Hucknall. You may have heard of Hucknall. That's where my father originated from, as many of you will know. But I love the Peak District. I've been to Chatsworth House on several occasions. I took my mother and father there on one occasion. I made another trip to there with just my mother and my cousin Sue. You're in Ilkeston. Oh, okay. In fact, I saw Ilkeston on the telly today on Homes Under the Hammer. I saw one from there. It used to be a care home, I think, and a family bought it. Yeah, okay, yeah. Ron's having a chat with Bernie, which is great. But yeah, I was due to go back up to the Midlands this month, but due to family illness up there, I decided not to go. They don't want me in the way up there. Oh, Angela, it's 17 minutes past 8. I'm sorry, this is just not good enough. Can you arrange to have dinner a bit earlier? Thank you. So I'm hoping to go up to see the family towards the end of January. Lots of my plans and schedules and everything that I've got for either this month or early next year or whatever, everything's being changed at the moment because of different things cropping up. As I say, family illness up in the Midlands, it stopped me going up this. That's delayed my trip up there. So I've got to make sure that I get to see the family. It's very important up that way. And while I still feel like travelling, I'm still a young man. I'm still a young man at the moment, but one day I don't want to be driving up the motorways. Ian, were you on the other channel, Ian? If you were, mate, I'm so sorry. I apologise to everybody again. I had a live stream scheduled to start at 8 o'clock, and when it came up, all it was for the chat. It wasn't for me to go live, so I've had to start something completely different. Ian, how are you? Please let us know how you're feeling. Yesterday sounded pretty horrendous. I know what that's like with labyrinthitis. I do get that from time to time, but there's not a lot they can really do for you. Studeron tablets is a thing you could try. Travel sickness tablets. That can help. But you need to check with your GP about some of these things. Rob Proser, Ian is often on another channel. It's the smell of these. Daniel, hello. Good to see you, Daniel. Welcome along. As you can see, I'm not quite Bernie. Bernie's the more handsome chap than me. I'm the younger version, but he's the more intelligent, brighter, smarter person than what I am. I am too down to talk. So what time are you? We started at 8 o'clock, Daniel. I'm sorry to hear you're feeling a bit down, my friend. Try and stay with us, and hopefully, even if you're in the background and you're seeing some of the chat going up, it might perk you up. You see everybody saying hello to you. Daniel, I get down as well from time to time, but you need your friends. You need your friends around you to help you through these difficult times. And it's, as I say, just listening in. That might be all you need to do. If you want to pop in with a comment, you're very, very welcome to. What's this? What they're saying? What am I doing? Are you sure that's me? You're yeah, yes, Bernie. I was talking about you. Yes, my friend. Yeah. So let me throw this out there. What really interesting presents have you had for Christmas this year? Is there anything you've been bought that's been a little bit special? Just throw something back at us so we can have a chat. My daughter bought me some lovely DNA test kit. Why is that? Do you want to find out if you actually exist, Steve? I hear there was a fight in the village hall. The village hall. The bar made a record profit, but chairs were thrown. What's this, Ian? I did check. It's still wobbly. It's getting better, thanks, but not as bad as. Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear it. A book about understand. Well, that sort of thing, Bernie, would be right up your railway line. Daniel, how about nothing? Oh, Daniel, no. I always worry that I'm going to get nothing because my children always say that that's the last time, but they always come up with a little bit of something for me. Oh, that's lovely, Robert. Yeah, that's a really nice thing to do. A Christmas pudding woolly hat. Angela, have you got a photograph to prove it? I'd love to see that. An SD card. That's a good idea, Lynn. Angela could wear it on the walk. Daniel, are you able to come on the walk? Because if so, it would be great to see you, to actually meet you. Or if you couldn't make the walk, could you come and meet us at the pub? And have a drink with us, a cup of coffee, anything. Michael White, you've got to hug off the wife. Well, what can I say? I can't say that I got a hug off the wife because I haven't got one. my son did the usual thing. The way I'm feeling, I don't know. Daniel, come along if you can. My friend, come along and meet and say hello to one or two of us. If you didn't want to come in and to meet everybody, you know, somehow get a message to me or a couple of us, me and Cynthia. We come along, and if we wanted to sit somewhere a little bit separate for 10 minutes to have a chat with you, I'm very happy to do that. Let's have a look at it. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hello, Claire. Lovely. Nice to see you. Rod's Ness. You've lost me there, Bernie. Rod's Ness. Who's Rod's Ness? I don't recognise the name. Four bottles of port. One bottle's enough, Dave, isn't it? Four? I think people must know that that's what your tipple is, Dave. A bottle of port after each meal. Kerry, hello, lovely to see you. Kerry, have you seen the update on the meal? I don't know whether you're one that's paid, not paid. Don't know whether they're coming. If you could let us know, that'd be great. No, Bernie, I don't think so. It's you know, it's great that there's going to be, I think, 19 people going to be on the meal, and we're going to be, I think we're going to be just in the pub itself. I did inquire to see if they had a separate room that we could go into, but I don't think so. So I think it's just going to be within the bar itself, because with such a large booking, they're obviously going to have to turn their locals away. So it's going to be difficult. So we just got to hope that everybody turns up. Yeah, then yeah, 19 plus one. Yeah. And was this Ernie just messaged me? He is sorry to miss tonight, but he is taking his wife for supper. He didn't invite us, Andrew. How come we didn't get an invite? What's this, Daniel? I don't think I'm forward. Daniel, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. I'm very happy to put my hand in my pocket and buy you a drink, my friend, if you want to come along. Angela, that's fine. No, I'm doing likewise. Two's companies. Well, it's only just a crowd, Andrew. It's just pushing that way up there. What's this? What's Andy doing? Walk around Balkan sounds good. Sounding good. Pay the £10 deposit for the cat. For the cat? Pay the £10 deposit for the cat. Okay. Oh dear. Let me have a sip. My throat's going again. If anybody's around where Daniel is, if anybody can offer him a lift to the pub or to come along and see us, that would be wonderful. I really appreciate that. What's this, Claire? My daughter's been very unwell post step A, but not definite. But she's on the up. Oh, Claire, my grandson's had it. My grandson Jack, he's had strep A, and but he's off cut. It started off with a really sore throat. A couple of days later, he came out in a rash. So my daughter very sensibly dialed 111, and he had to go and see a doctor. But he wasn't allowed. My daughter wasn't allowed to go into the waiting room and sit there and wait. She had to go in at an exact time of 2 o'clock, where she was taken straight through to the doctor's room. But he's fine now. But he's had a bit of a run of bad luck because both he and my daughter had COVID about 6-7 weeks ago, and then he got strep A. But they're both doing really well now, thankfully. So let's have a look, see how many we got. 27 there, and 11 likes. I know one of the walks that we will be planning, and I know Lynn and Richard came with Cynthia and Steve and myself to Stedham and Iping Common, and we did a very short walk, couple of miles, but we are going to plan a walk around that area where it's going to take him Midhurst Common, what they call the Severals Forest, Stedham and Iping Common, and around there. So it'll be about a 4.5 mile walk, I'm guessing. Very much, there's not going to be a huge things of interest there, but it can be a really lovely walk. Hello, Roy. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year to you. So that's going to be up this way. Dates to be arranged. But as I said earlier on, that thank you, Lynn. That was very kind of you. How's your knee, by the way? How's your knee? So we need to plan that for when the weather's a little bit better. What's this, Cynthia saying? We can try and get the Midhurst walking late. Yeah, good idea, Cynthia. Yeah, late February sounds good idea. And then, as I mentioned just now, there is the one where we can. It's a similar walk to what we've done before, but a couple of 3 years ago when another lot was with us, and we met in the Grange Centre car park, which is free on a Sunday. We start there, and then we go through the town, or go into the old part of the town, then up over St Anne's Hill, down to the ruins. We can do the river walk, but that will be slightly longer. Jacqueline Barrett, Jacqueline, hello, Jacqueline. If I've not seen you, my lot thought it was you talking to Bernie. I had to show them it was having them on. No, it's definitely me. Definitely me. I think. At least it was. It was me when I sat down. Yeah, if that makes sense. What's that, Lynn say? My knee isn't good. I just have to be careful on the ups and downs. Thanks, Kevin, for asking. Chiropodist? The chiropodist? No, Lynn, don't go and see a chiropodist for your knee. Oh dear. Hang on. How many glasses of wine have I had? I haven't even got through half a glass yet. Go and see an osteopath. I would suggest you come and see the one that Cynthia and I go to, but it's a long way to travel. Chiropodist. Oh dear. What's Dave saying? Worth going just to stop off at the Yumsy Burger Van in the lay bar and there's people. I've got to be honest, Dave. I steer well clear of those places, and it's everyone's choice. But I'm afraid I don't visit them. What's this hashtag, Dave? Past Yumsies so many times, but never stop. When I get to that place, any of those places, Dave, my foot seems to go much harder on the accelerator. It's just, Steve and I used to go to Shottermill Workmen's Club every Tuesday night with some friends of a couple of other friends. And Steve and one of the other guys used to love stopping at this kebab van and on the way home. and I only ever had one of these. Oh, sorry, Steve Mundy. I knew I'd get it wrong. I knew. As people will know, if you watch my videos, how often I'm corrected. If it's not Steve, it's Cynthia. You know, it's. I'm just like this. You got it wrong again. You got it wrong again. So, oh dear. So yeah, so they used to love these kebabs, and I only ever had one once, and I have to say I didn't like it at all. But Stephen and the other one did. What's his name? Mark. Yeah. What's his? Hang on, I'm missing stuff. Baker rolls. I took another YouTuber person there once. Guess who paid? Yeah, one. Yeah, it was you, Dave. I know exactly who you're talking about, and I know exactly who paid. Yes, Steve, you have. You have got to eat in the dark, so you can't see what you're eating. Oh, Claire, I was just better to ask you where Barkham was. At Balcombe. Where are we meeting at Balcombe? That's a good question. I've forgotten. Is it the station? Cynthia, please step in at this point. Thank you. I'm not going on the big walk, moors, the pity because of the viaduct. But I am hoping the non-walkers can. Yeah. I've missed that in a minute. I've got to scroll back, Bernie. I got stuck halfway. Hello, because go on, there it is. Dean, hello, nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, there we are. But I am hoping the non-walkers can have a short walk. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, you said that in the last live chat, Bernie, about doing a short walk. I think that's a good idea for people that can't do the walk. I know you did, Claire. I ain't teasing you. I'm not sure of the meeting place, but guessing it may be the station. Is Andrew Norris still there? Has he gone to sleep? Oh no, there he is. I wondered if he'd been having some brandy again in the village. But Andrew only drinks it for medicinal purposes only. So he told me once on a live video call. Do you remember it, Andrew? Not that many weeks ago, you went to visit Torner. He insisted you went to go and sample his brandy. There is a bar, is there? Sure, Andrew, sure do. I think that's one of the funniest video calls, Andrew, you and I have ever done. It's oh dear. Even when Andrew, when we finished that video call, I was still laughing, and it was just I just kept picturing your face. It was just like this glow. Oh dear, that was funny. And for those that don't know, I'm not going to tell you what Andrew was like. Did you wear a cape in the rain today, Kevin? No, I didn't. No, I didn't, Angela. No, all I had on was my rain mac on, and I was absolutely soaked. It seems that my cape has tickled quite a few people. What these capes need, Angela, is some loops on the inside for you to be able to hold them down when the wind gets under them. Because Cynthia and Steve have got exactly the same capes, and you can't hold them down. And it's just that the wind, I'd stopped, and I was standing by, I think there's a little low-level sort of grandstand by the polo field, and I stood by the side of that. And the wind was just cutting around in front of me, just got underneath. I just couldn't stop the thing. It was just crazy. What's this? And he goes, Claire, it would be great to meet up again, but totally understand if you can't make it. Yeah. Now I've put that idea out there, Angela. Somebody else is going to patent that by the end of this chat. Yeah. Oh, another fortune lost again. Super Kevin, God glad you don't wear your. Oh gosh. Hey, that's an idea though, Ian. I could give that a try on one of the videos. Steve or Cynthia would have to film it. That's if they could stop laughing, of course. Yeah. What's this Limbert saying? Or 7 or 8, Andrew. What's that about? Let's have a look back. Oh, the mileage. Are you suggesting, Lynn, that the walks that we arrange end up being longer? Claire, look at the outtakes video that I put up on Christmas Eve, and have a look through the outtakes of over the last sort of few years that I've been doing this, and then you'll be able to see what Angela's on about. It has been. I have shown it before, and it's something that a lot of people do like. I know of my cousin Jeanette in Nottingham. She was watching it one day with her grandsons, and she said, I think she said she played that clip over about 40 or 50 times, and all they could talk about on their way home to their mum and dad back to Leicestershire was that Jeanette's cousin Kevin was a bit of an idiot wearing a poncho in a poncho in the wind, because it swallowed me up. But yeah, it was just one of those things. It just happened at the time, but everybody seems to like it. Dean, yes, some of it is. A lot of it is not down to me. It's down to Cynthia and Steve. I've got to be honest, because I'm the sensible one out of the three of us, and I do try to rein them in, but it doesn't work. Yeah, so some of it, Dean, is quite funny, but some different people's humour is different, isn't it? What people like. But it's gone down very well. I think there's something like, I think it's had 222 views or something, which is amazing. But the interesting thing is, over the Christmas period, I don't know about Dave or Andrew or Bernie. No, I didn't pick up one new subscriber over the Christmas period, which was quite interesting. It stayed the same. I didn't lose any, which makes a change for me. I hope you enjoy it, Claire. Yeah, it's I enjoyed it. I enjoyed putting the edit together. That's for sure. It was great fun to do, but I kept trying to leave bits out. But then I thought I can't. I've got to put them all in. Andrew Norris. Here we go. Hang on. This is good. Kevin the Search Boy. I went over in a recent video. I hope the bruising has gone down. Do you know what, Andrew? That's is that 9 or 10 weeks ago now, since I had that slight tumble, and yeah, all the bruising's gone. I've got two scars, two little scars above my knees, and by working it out, we actually think I went flat rather than down on all fours. Hang on, what's this, John F? Look like you're using a very wide lens, Kevin. Are you on about the outtakes, John? That was that was my GoPro 7, I think. They have got a wide angled lens on. I think Andrew uses the same one, GoPro 7. Something my son did buy me for Christmas. Now you're gonna have to excuse me because I've got to nip off and pick this up, and oh, I can't get up. I think I've frozen to the chair. Hang on, just a sec. I've got to show you this. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Look at this. My son bought me this. It's a light. Now, I wanted to put this on the top of my Go. This is my GoPro 7 in here, by the way. And this is the handle that I use for my GoPro 7. But this is a light. Now, I won't turn it on because the lighting is amazing. It's got 4 different settings. I'll pop that down because that rig is quite heavy. It's got 4 different settings. It can be used for underwater photography, filming, and things like that. So, particularly, in some churches you go in, they're quite dark, and on occasions we've not been able to find the light switches. And Steve has made a comment before that I could have done with a light. It's about 4 or 5 sizes times bigger than what I expected it to be for the ones I was looking at. But my son chose that, and to be honest, I think it's going to be fantastic. What I'm thinking about doing is actually getting a different handle, grip, tripod, and actually having it set up on its own separate tripod to light an area up that I go into, rather than have that on the camera itself. I don't know. I've got to experiment with all this sort of thing, because normally you'd have the lights attached to your camera to light it up as you're moving through. But I think with the power of that particular light, I think I could set it up on something, a tripod, and light an area up rather than me carry it round. So yeah, I can't wait to try it. But I would prefer it to have it on the top of the camera rather than underneath it. So I'll have to see. But yeah, so that's really great to get that. Can you adjust the settings in the GoPro to film better? Yeah, you can. Yes, you can, Andrew. I think you can I think from the 7 upwards, you can adjust the lighting. But and I film in 1080p, I think, something like that. But I don't use a 4K or anything like that. I think Dave Ford films in 4K, but I think it makes the files much bigger. So I've just carried on in filming. It's normal. So yeah, so all this gear is great to have, but of course it's more gear to carry around. I'm going to have to start giving Steve a separate bag, and he could become my Sherpa tenting. I wouldn't do that to Cynthia, of course not. I make her carry them in my kit. I would never do that. That's not a gentlemanly thing to do. But yeah, all this, as I say, extra kit. But of course, you don't need to take it with you all the time. Those lights are great for lighting your face up in the dark. I found a light up the inside of a church. I would need a bigger spotlight. Dave, you don't need to take a spotlight. Go like this. You don't need a spotlight with that, I can tell you. How can I do this without blinding everybody? Are you ready for this? Just a quick, ready? Look at that. Look at that, it's crazy. I'll turn it off. Did anybody get blinded by that? Blinded by the light? Oh, Mikey. Michael. What's this Cynthia saying? Really, who carried your drone? Me. Yes, it is, Claire. It's there. Hang on, look. Hang on, let me see it. Let me just, hang on a sec. Look. There it is. That was just for Claire Leach, everybody, just to keep her happy. She said she likes something twinkling. Hang on, I'm missing a load of these comments. I don't think they'll be invested in a specialist camcorder. That is the sign in load. There's footage on the GoPro 10 is done. Dave, I've never really had any problem with the GoPro 10. In all honesty, it's a great bit of kit. What Steve's on about? Poor Cynthia. Blinded by Light. Great song, John. Yes, you're right. Yeah. I'm trying to catch up these comments. Kevin, have you seen the Winter's Walk on BBC 7 p.m. That does 360 cameras that moves around? Now, a 360 camera, Ian, is something that I had thought about getting. So if you're feeling generous and you don't want to spend any money at all on any diesel or fuel, you could always pop out to a shop and get me a 360. I won't say no. Or just buy me a bottle of rosé. Hang on, what am I missing? I'm happy to stay a rank episode. All this expensive technical stuff is beyond me. Bernie, it's beyond me as well. It's not just you, my friend. It's beyond me as well. It's just straight over my head. No idea. Andy Dalglish, clearly, mum's medicine is changed from Turkey. All right, okay. That's about food. Steve, Kevin having a strop? Surely not. Me? I never have a strop, Steve, do I? Have I? Thank you, Claire. You're very kind. You should have driven over. You could have seen everything, all the lights, everything. A gimbal. Yeah, I've got 2 of them gimbals for your phones. If anybody wants to buy them, I'll be very glad to get rid of them. But it depends on the size of the width of your phone. That's the thing you've got to remember. The two gimbals I've got, I've probably used, if I said a dozen times each, that might be an exaggeration. Because no sooner had I bought the second one, I went on to a GoPro, and of course they're no good then. I don't even when are we going to see another video from Mr. Crowson? Michael, Robert's done a 3-parter, which is already put up. Ian, now I know who to no, I've got another. This one actually was a present from Steve and his wife. The one my daughter bought me is still in the bag over there. Yeah, so no, I've still got plenty left. And to be honest, I've not drunk that much over Christmas at all. I've had a couple of bottles of beer, a couple of bottles of Peroni. My son and I had a bottle of sparkling. I can't remember the name of it. But we had a bottle of that between us. And I've had, what have I had? Probably over the whole Christmas period, 1 bottle of rosé, and this one tonight is a fresh bottle, and I've just taken 1 glass out of it. What's it? Angela, I've never seen Kevin copying a strop. He's too laid back to be stroppy. Thank you, Angela. You don't know me that well, but you've got me off to a T. That is exactly what I'm like. Seeds of Christmas trees already. Yeah, that's the trouble. That is going to be the problem, Claire. People can't be bothered to take their stuff to the council yards. But there are people around that if you phone them up or email them, they'll come and collect them for you. So you don't need to dump them at the side of a road. Robert, I don't think, Robert, you're there somewhere. Have you got a channel yet? Can't remember. Walk Tall Man, is it? Or Walk Tall something? I've been wobbly, but no. Elaine, Kevin, read poetry. I know I've sent some over a long time ago, but not sure now what ones. You wanted some additional ones. Are there particular ones you wanted Would these be the topic? Yes, Elaine, they are. That's exactly the ones I want. Um, I I have spoken to Andrew, and I think Andrew said to me, if you've got any pictures or anything you want to put to the poetry, then I think he's very happy to do that for you. Um, so yes, it was to do with the topic on war. Um, Andrew's out there now. He'll be listening to this. But yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was all about. Can we know what you mean about gimbals? Guys, okay. Yeah, Andy, I think that's one of the ones I've got actually. The Xeon ones. He does not have a channel, as far as I know. He posts on. Yeah, that's right. He does, Andrew. Yeah. Very restrained, Michael. One glass of mulled wine. Actually, I haven't had a glass of mulled wine since the last one, which was a long time ago. What's this Robert saying? I'm working on an upload of videos, but just check Kevin's channel. Yeah. That's it. That's the idea. Yeah, it's great that we've all met up again tonight. There was something. It's a difficult one. I was asked a question the other day, and I'm not going to go into great detail. I was asked a question the other day why I had left the other lot. And I know when Bernie did his last live, I said it's time that we all moved on, and it is. They've made it very, very clear that, to be honest, they don't give a damn that we've left. They've moved on. And I was asked this question about why I left. And to cut a long story short, it was over COVID in the early days, and that I had to endure a 15 to 20 minute phone call, or I phoned into his show, and I had to endure a 15 to 20 minute rant at me, directed at me, on his live show on a Sunday. And I don't need to put up with that. I was supposed to have been a very close friend of his inner circle friends, and this is how he treats his friends. So that's all I want to say about it, because somebody asked me a question the other day, and that's the reason why I left. Other people have got other reasons. That's up to them. So that's the reason why I left. I've moved on. If I'm on a walk anywhere and his name comes up, I try and distance myself from it, and that's it. We've now got Bonnie's England, Kevin's Rambles groups have come together. We say that we are a twinned group, which I think is a very lovely way of putting it. We've got Bernie's live chats going on once a fortnight. I'm going to be doing my chats once a fortnight. So I've moved on from that. And so, we need to concentrate on what we're doing, and to concentrate on getting the Kevin's Rambles walks popular. They already are. We did the one down in Berwick, which was fantastic. And of all the walks I've done, I still think that was one of the best walks that we've had so far. 16 people, all like-minded people, and it was great. It was great. It was really fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to January, where where we can meet up again. Andrew's coming over from Croatia specifically to do this walk, I have and more Kevin's Rambles walks. I want to try and get more up this way. I know it's going to be difficult for people to get to this area. I understand that, but let's concentrate on what we're doing and forget about everybody else. So there was something coming to mind. This is old age. Now, this is old age. I was going to say something, and I was chatting about the twin groups, and it's gone. Let me just try and catch up with. Just bear with me 1 minute. I just want to catch up with some of these comments, which are all they've all got highlighted. Who did that? No, I don't want to do that. Goodness me, what's going on here? Just bear with me. Let me just scroll back a little bit. I've gone too far now. Oh dear. Hang on. Bear with. I wish somebody else could control this mouse. Hello, Claire's telling Porkies. She messaged me the other day to say that she'd been out with her two brothers and she got absolutely slaughtered. Perhaps she got slaughtered on two snowballs. It's so just sorry. I've just got a little bit quiet. So I'm just trying to catch up with some of these comments. And I'm sorry, I can't really comment to all of them. Have I missed anybody? Oh, Daniel, good night, Daniel. Thank you very much for joining us. Bernie will be doing a chat. Bernie, have you got a date for your next chat, please? So that everybody can make a note of it. Has Claire come back yet and started telling the truth about how much she had to drink? John, I've offer a slow gin. Yeah, Andy, thanks very much for joining us, my friend. It's been great to see you. Keep your eyes open on my Kevin's Rambles page group, and we'll keep you updated with dates for Bernie's live chats and mine. John, going back to your comment, I've stepped in tonight to give Bernie a night off because it's just nice that we can have somebody doing it as a guest slot on the Village Hall, and so I'm going to try and do one every fortnight on a Sunday night. When did I do my last one? Well, am I due to do it? Cynthia, Steve, can you tell me, am I due to do one this Sunday? I can't remember when I did the last one. Have I missed anybody? Oh, Paul and Suzanne, good evening. You've joined us just as we're about to stop. I'll keep going for a little bit. It's lovely, nice to see you. Hope you're both well. And it's great that you've been able to join us. 33 viewing, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. Sunday will be too soon. Okay, so I will do a... Cynthia, can you give me a date for a week Sunday, please? That would be great if you could, or Steve, if you're there. A date for a week on Sunday. And that will be at 8 o'clock, again on Kevin's Rambles channel. What was this? No, I went with my three brothers and had a whole bottle of champagne. So if you had a whole bottle of champagne, Claire, and 2 champagne cocktails, what else did your brothers drink? If that's what you had. I'm teasing her. She'll spot it. Oh, Claire's a dark horse, all right. I won't be able to do a week Sunday. Oh, Steve, no. Steve, is that when the family's over from Berlin? '8th of January, Cynthia's come back with. So on the 8th of January will be my next live at 8 o'clock. Oh, okay, Steve. Fully understand, my friend. What's this? Don't ask. Oh dear. Bernie, have you got the? Sorry, did you come up with a date? Oh, hang on. The next social club meeting will be on January the 8th, January the 11th at 8 o'clock. That will be Bernie's live. So keep, again, for everybody, keep an eye on my Kevin's Rambles group, because Bernie does post the up and coming meetings for the village hall on there as well. We forever blow bubbles. Oh dear, that's very good, very good. Yeah. So what we're at now? 1 minute, 1 hour and 5 minutes. So this hour, it's just. I think Bernie finds the same. Once the chats start and you're keeping an eye on what's going on, then it just flies by. It's amazing how quickly it goes. Jacqueline, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck in for the and yes, thank you very much, and a very happy New Year to you, Jacqueline. Hopefully, see you on the 8th and the 11th on my live and Bernie's, of course. And of course, you know Bernie very well. One or two people have started going now, I think. But one thing that I know Bernie and I have talked about, and that is we are going to start looking into having moderators on the chats. Oh, hello, Lynn's going. Night, Lynn. Thanks very much for joining us. Happy New Year, and see you in 23, as she says. Yes, we are going to have. I've got one moderator already. I'm hoping I will have another one because I've had on the very first live I did, there was some inappropriate thing put up about I don't know, to do with young women, ladies, stuff like that. I will not have it on my live chat, and if anything comes up, it will be taken down. It's somebody else going. Tracy, good night. Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year to you. So yes, as I say, any inappropriate comments. I don't want to talk about politics on these things. Anything at all. If I spot it, I will take it down, or the moderators will take it down. It's not the place for it. We don't need it. This is Bernie's village hall, and this is for everybody to just to have a chat amongst themselves, and for me and Bernie just to try and have a bit of NASA with everybody that we can. As I say, it's not needed. We don't want it. I don't want it. Like with my Kevin's Rambles group, I won't have it on there either. Ron Langley. Good night, Ron. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. Cheers, Andy. Happy New Year. Yeah, there's places, there's times and places for those sorts of things, and as I say, it's not for me to be on here. Elaine, good night. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. And again, deepest condolences to you and your family. Good night, Philip. Happy New Year to you. Thank you, Ian. Certainly will, Robert. Certainly will. So look, we're nearly an hour and 10 minutes into this now. So I think people are starting to drift off. So I think if Paul and Suzanne are still there, there's going to be another live chat with me on the 8th of January at 8 o'clock, and then with Bernie with the Village Hall on the 11th at 8 o'clock. Good night, Steve. Thanks very much, buddy. I'll speak to you very soon. Happy New Year to you. So look, everybody. Oh, yeah, Fiona's going now. Good night, Fiona. Take care. See you soon. Happy New Year to you. John, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Happy New Year to you. No, Bernie, you're very welcome, my friend. I'll step in for you any time at all. It's been great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Unless you do one of these things, you don't know how difficult it is. But Bernie, you and I can keep this going. We can keep this community going, and hopefully make the community grow. That's what we need. Good night, Paul and Suzanne. Happy New Year to you. Okay, everybody. This is going to be nice. Okay. Good night, Andrew. Good night, Andrew. So yeah, good night. Good night. By the time I finish, nobody left. So look, I'm going to end it in just a few seconds. So from me, thanks very much for joining me. Thanks very much for the support that you've all given me over the last year. You still have 23. It seems like 23 have already gone. Good night, Michael. Happy New Year to you. Good night, Bernie. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Happy New Year, Robert. Thanks very much. So I'm going to end it here. And as I say, thanks very much for all your support and through 2022. Thanks to the other two. What's their names? You know, I mean, the ones that are always larking around behind me. Steve and Cynthia, that's the ones. So yeah. So good, everybody. Good night. A happy New Year to you. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.